Hi guys, and this is another installment of the Projector in Business and Life with Jess. And there's actually a second part of the question that I want to address from my community, and it was the projector was asking, I have a desire for financial freedom. Is that doing? And should I just wait to see what happens? So this is a really interesting question, and again it's about the tension between doing and being. The projector is really in an alignment and effective when they have created a life that allows them to be spacious. So when you've created conditions for you to be able to have spaciousness, have the quality of being in nature, being connected to the rhythms of the earth rather than external forces, beingness is, in my opinion, and from experience and my own attunement, as a projector, it's a state of consciousness. It's about being at peace in your skin. It's being at home in your body. It's being slow enough to smell the roses, to look up at the sky and go, wow, what a beautiful sky today. Wow, look at the colour of the sky. Or you notice a little animal popping by, and it's about presence. The projector state of beingness is about being at peace with what is and being in the flow of life according to your chart. And beingness is going to be different for different projectors. Some projectors, their state of being is being immersed. I'm a 1-line, I'm a 1-3. So for me, part of my being is when I'm immersed in study and research and creating, because I'm one of my life purpose is 54.1, the creator. And it doesn't matter about the rest, but basically when I'm creating something, when I'm producing something, using all of my research and my study to birth something that I've been excited about exploring, that is for me a state of being, even though I am doing. The doing is about having imbalance. It's about working in a way that's generator style. So working 9 to 5, working 8 to 12, 10 hours a day. And for some projectors, that's probably okay. Not for me. It's forcing. It's an energy of force. So yes, projectors are here to do. We are here to share our talents. We are here to guide. The key about financial freedom for a projector is, how do I leverage my unique skills, talents, and abilities to create something, my creative contribution, in a way that is sustainable? And that's a lot of the work that I work on with clients. But the point is, we are here to observe, and we are here to see, and we are here to guide energy. So you could be a projector in a multi-million-pound company as the CEO, guiding projects and bringing it into fruition. I'm an initiating force. So I bring the energy of starting things up and getting things moving. So that's my guiding energy, and that's just the natural, that's my presence. Like, my presence will do that. I'm here to direct others and give people clear steps in whatever I choose to. That's why teaching has been such a big thing for me. So ultimately, the question is, one, as a projector, you have some form of creative talent and creative contribution that you can choose to serve and use to support you materially on this planet in a way that feels nourishing, in a way that excites, in a way that energizes you. It's about understanding the invitation and not doing things from a position of making money, but rather, does this thing fuel me? Do I have the energy to follow through? Am I invited and recognized? Because when we are invited and recognized, we get a surge of energy that actually allows us to follow through on the thing that we've been invited to deliver. So when I'm invited to work with a client, and they've recognized me as their guide, and they're able, and it's completely aligned, I have boundless energy to follow through on that thing. If you find yourself forcing yourself to create something and you're doing it from a place of conditioning or from the mind alone, or you're not following right timing, that's when it becomes misaligned. And that's what the projector needs to understand and learn. How do I serve using my unique skills, talents, and abilities, my way of seeing, observing, and guiding energy from my talent base in a way that fuels me and nourishes me? How do I allow myself to be invited and recognized so that I have access to my creative potential, rather than doing things from a place where I haven't been invited or recognized and I'm pushing forward? And again, there's nuance. We have to go within your chart to look at this, depending on whether you have a defined will center or an open will center, whether you have a defined G or an open G, whether you have a not sacral, whether you have a defined throat or an undefined throat. And these things give us clues about the best way of showing up in an aligned business, with an aligned offer, with an aligned message, with aligned content strategy, taking aligned actions. That's why I call my mastermind the Aligned Business Accelerator, because there's no one size fits all. There's no generic answers that can really help you as an individual to find your flow and your unique groove in messaging, marketing, delivering your business. And entrepreneurship's not for everybody. You know, some people, some projectors will be successful by being co-coaches with other people. If you can collaborate with generators and build a team where you get to be the guiding force, that might work for you. So it's really about looking at how your unique role fits into the whole, and how you can make life, how you can leverage your skills, talents, abilities to successfully generate revenue, charge good money for what you do, be proficient and skillful in your craft, so that you're activating that guiding force and people will come. Projectors, if you don't have a knowledge base, if you don't have a craft, if you don't have a skill base that you are proficient in, that you are then, if you're building online, that you're showing up in your expertise, positioning yourself as an authority, building a network, and being able to tap into and have a following that are actually people that want to work with you on your fractal line, then you're not going to make money. It's as simple as this. So I am a 1-3. I have chosen and decided that it's in my chart anyway, but I've decided that now I'm aligned. Now I spent 3 years doing nothing, not working, and allowing. Actually, I wasn't doing nothing. I was studying. I was studying human design. I was studying energy. I was mastering new skills to enable me to do the next part of my creative contribution on the planet. So that's absolutely false what I was saying. But I wasn't working in the way that I was conditioned to. So up until 2019, I was working 70 hours a week. I was in the generator flow. I was taking stimulants to produce to the point where my body gives up and says, you cannot do this anymore. This doesn't work. So I've had to go on this journey, and it's all part of it, so that I can actually lead other projectors anyway, to show them what is possible when we leverage our design, when we operate as a projector, when we have more play, when we take rest, where we tune in and develop and hone our craft, our skill, our mastery, whatever it is we're here to teach, learn, and contribute or create. And there are thousands of really high profile and high income projectors, and they've mastered how to operate on the material plane. So there are two schools of thought. There are some people's journeys, some people's projector journeys might be to be homeless on the street, to give away all of their autonomy, to simply look at what turns up, make sure, and they do that. That's their choice. It's their journey. That's their journey this lifetime. I have been guided to surrender and release and gave up all my things and did the projector thing where I was open to synchronicity and miracles and things coming to me. But after 3 years, I decided, okay, I've gathered enough knowledge now of how my projector energetics work. I'm not going to slide through life just receiving what turns up when it turns up, because that's not part of my evolutionary journey. I have desire for increasing the wealth frequency of the planet, for using my skills, talents, and abilities to improve the lives of many other people apart from myself. I have things I want to share with the world, and I follow that. And so I then move on to the next level of how do I create a projector business that allows me to have spaciousness in my life, allows me to be in my zone of genius and to capitalize on that. How do I leverage my superpowers in my chart and work with others, create cooperative alliances, work with generators, build a team so that I can live in my optimal levels? How do I shift from undercharging and under earning and low self-worth to deciding actually my work is really, really valuable, my attention on others and the insights and the psychic insights that I can share is super valuable? Self-worth, understanding what your gift is and the impact of it and the value of it, learning to communicate that, seeing evidence of it in your work and building that way. And so that's my path, and that's the path of the projector, the prosperous projector that I want to work with. And so yeah, it depends. And I've been on both sides. I've done the journey of being the projector that learns that you can actually be invited, and receive in multiple ways, but that's not my whole life. So if you have a desire for financial freedom, that's because you're probably you're meant to be looked after. You're meant to be financially abundant. You're allowed to want to live in luxury. You're allowed to do, but you're allowed to do in a way that fuels you and nourishes you, to do in a way that allows you to create the spaciousness and the freedom to be in your essence, and to develop the consciousness that allows you to be at peace and be in your body and be in present, conscious, awake and aware, to enjoy this magical one life that we have here in this lifetime. So I hope that helps.